Greystone City was the kind of place where everyone pretended things were fine, even when they clearly weren't. But the people of East Greystone knew the truth. If you saw a flashing blue light behind you, you didn't panic because you broke the law, you panicked because they found you. They were the trio running Precinct 19. Captain Rourke, silver hair, dead eyes, and a smile that could easily be used as evidence in court. Officer Torres, his right-hand man, wrote tickets so fast people joked he carried a printer in his holster. Officer Layla Knox, charming smile, cold heart, perfect for convincing people she was just doing her job. For months, residents whispered about phantom speeding tickets, arrests for non-cooperation, cars mysteriously towed, and cash disappearing during vehicle searches. But nothing stuck. No one had proof. Until the night Jaden Cole got pulled over. The stop that started it all. Jaden was a mechanic with a spotless record. He drove a beat-up pickup that groaned louder than he did on Monday mornings. At 9:14 p.m., he saw the blue lights. Torres approached the window with a grin. "You know why I stopped you." "No, sir." "You were doing 63 in a 35. Jaden blinked. "My truck shakes at 40. It physically can't reach 63. Torres pump-tried it. "Guess it's having a good night." He handed Jaden a printed citation, strangely crisp, like it had been waiting for him. Jaden noticed the timestamp was wrong. It said 7:02 p.m., 2 hours earlier. He'd been at work then, on camera. "Officer, you might want to check." Torres leaned in. "You want to argue? We can take this downtown." Jaden swallowed his anger. "No, sir." As Torres walked back to the cruiser, Jaden snapped a photo of the citation. He didn't know it yet, but that picture would topple Precinct 19. The Whisper Network. Jaden vented to his sister, Tessa, who worked at the Greystone Legal Aid Center. She stared at the picture. "Jaden, the signature on this? It's the same one that's been on 5 fraud reports this month." He frowned. Fraud? Phantom tickets. People charged for violations they never committed. All from Precinct 19. She leaned closer. What if it's a scheme? Jaden wasn't the type to pick a fight, but he was the type to fix things, cars, and apparently now, police corruption. They made a plan. Step 1, find patterns. Step 2, find victims. Step 3, find proof. It didn't take long. On social media, Jaden posted anonymously, "Anyone get weird tickets from Precinct 19? Within hours, 74 comments, 22 direct messages, 6 screenshots, 3 dashcam clips, and 1 terrified voicemail from someone who said, "Please don't mention my name, they'll come after me." It was bigger than anyone thought. The red-lined map. Tessa mapped the complaints on her computer. They formed a perfect grid, a ticket trap zone. Torres always wrote the tickets. Knox handled the arrests. Rourke approved everything. And every offense happened near businesses that paid voluntary security fees to Precinct 19. Extortion disguised as public safety. Tessa whispered, "This is organized crime." Jaden's jaw tightened. "Then we treat it like organized crime." The first break. A driver sent Jaden a clip. Knox on video demanding cash to make a problem go away. A shop owner admitted to paying insurance to Rourke's men. A teenager sent a recording of Torres bragging at a bar about being untouchable. The evidence was piling up, but they needed the big piece, the one that connected them all. And fate delivered it through a man named Marvin, the tow truck driver. He pulled Jaden aside behind the shop. "I've been towing cars for those cops for years, but what they're doing now, it's not right. Here." He handed over a flash drive. "What's on it?" Jaden asked. Marvin swallowed hard. "Everything." The explosive files. Back at home, Tessa opened the flash drive. Her eyes widened. It's their internal communication logs. Dozens of messages between Rourke, Torres, and Knox. Target zone for tonight is East Side. Make sure the shop pays up by Friday. Pull over anyone in a red vehicle, he mouthed off last time. If they argue, tow the car. We'll say they resisted. This was the smoking gun. But they needed one more thing. Someone brave enough to take this public. Someone with credibility. Someone like Detective Mara Ellison, the one cop in Greystone who didn't fear Precinct 19. The meeting. Jaden and Tessa met Mara at a diner after midnight. She listened without speaking. When the video clips played, she clenched her jaw. When the messages appeared on screen, she muttered, "I knew it." When she saw the map, she exhaled sharply. This is enough to bring them down. But we need to be careful, she warned. Rourke has friends, bad ones. We do this wrong, and they'll bury it. Jaden crossed his arms. So what's the plan? Mara smiled faintly. We end them from the inside. The investigation goes undercover and deadly. Detective Mara Allison had dealt with corrupt cops before, but nothing like Precinct 19. Rourke runs that place like a kingdom, she told Jaden and Tessa, and he protects his castle. The plan required 3 steps. Plant evidence on the right desks, record Precinct 19 reacting to it, use their panic as proof of guilt. It was risky, dangerous, and exactly the kind of move Rourke would never see coming. Step 1. Infiltration. At 2 a.m., Mara entered Precinct 19 under the guise of routine inspection. No one questioned her. She had a reputation for being stubborn enough to walk into a gunfight without a vest. Torres was half asleep at his desk, eating cold fries. "Ellison," he mumbled, "what are you doing here?" "Follow up on some paperwork," she lied smoothly. "You know how it is." Torres snorted. "If I knew paperwork, I wouldn't be in this job." While he rambled about traffic stops, Mara quietly plugged a USB into his computer. It contained copies of the phantom ticket logs, messages confirming extortion, and audio clips of his own threats, all subtly altered to look like they had saved them. On Knox's desk, she planted cash envelopes labeled collections. On Rourke's shelf, she placed a binder titled East Zone Targets Confirmed. It was enough to make them sweat. Sweating men make mistakes. She exited without a sound. Step 2. Recording the panic. The next morning, Torres opened his computer. He screamed, "Rourke, get in here!" Rourke stormed in. "Why are you yelling like a toddler?" Torres pointed at the screen. "What is this? Who put this here? Why do I have a folder called Evidence?" Knox hurried in next. "Guys, I found money on my desk with labels. Labels, Rourke!" Rourke growled. "Everybody shut up." But at that moment, a small black box hidden under the desk recorded everything. Torres whispered, "This is a setup." Knox muttered, "Someone's snitching." Rourke slammed his fist on the desk. "Find out who, now." And then he said the magic words. "Destroy everything before Internal Affairs gets wind of this." That sentence alone was enough to put them away. But it got worse. Much worse. The clearly guilty discussion. Rourke leaned in. "Listen, if IA comes sniffing around, we blame the drivers. All of them. Say they forged the tickets to avoid charges." Torres nodded. "Yeah, we flip it." Knox added, "We still have those tow fees saved, right, in case we need to persuade someone?" Rourke grinned darkly. Every word was caught on the recording. Step 3. Spring the trap. Later that afternoon, Mara sent the clip anonymously to the Greenstone Times, the city's most trusted newspaper. Within hours, the headline hit. "Leaked audio. Precinct 19 officers caught discussing cover-up." Greystone exploded. Talk shows replayed the audio hourly. Neighborhoods erupted in protests. City Council demanded answers. Inside Precinct 19, chaos reigned. Rourke smashed a coffee mug. Torres paced like a trapped raccoon. Knox cried in the bathroom. When Mara walked in the next morning, they pounced. "You," Rourke snarled. "You leaked that." Mara arched her brow. "I was at home all night." Knox stepped forward. "Someone on the inside is betraying us." "Oh, please. You betray the entire city daily." Before they could respond, the door flew open. In walked Internal Affairs, and behind them, 3 reporters. Rourke began sweating in high definition. "Captain," AI said, "we need to talk." "I'm busy," he croaked. "No," AI said with a grin. "You're really not." The comically bad cover-up. AI searched every desk. They found the collections envelopes, the evidence folder, the target binder, Torres's freak-out messages, "We're gonna die, bro!" Knox's scribbled note, "Remind Rourke to delete everything," and Rourke's flash drive labeled, "Totally not illegal stuff." Rourke tried to talk himself out of it. It's a training exercise," Torres blurted. "Yeah, we were practicing what not to do." Knox nodded rapidly. "We were pretending to be corrupt for training." AI stared. The reporters stared. Even Mara struggled not to laugh. The arrest. Finally, AI said, "Officers, you're under arrest." Torres fainted. Knox swore loudly. Rourke tried to run and tripped over his own ego. Cameras flashed. Handcuffs clicked. Justice tasted sweet. But the story wasn't over yet. Someone funded Rourke's operation, and they weren't done fighting.
As Precinct 19 fell, Greystone City breathed a sigh of relief. But Detective Mara Ellison wasn't celebrating. "There's someone above Rourke," she told Jaden and Tessa. "He protected too many businesses. Someone was paying him." The trio dug deeper. Bank statements, cash transfers, anonymous donations. All of it pointed to one place: Councilman Drake Halden, a politician known for being charming, throwing lavish charity events, condemning crime on TV, and secretly being a monumental dirtbag. He funneled money into Precinct 19. They kept order in his districts. He looked good. They got rich. Now that the cops were down, Halden needed to cover his tracks, and he was willing to burn the whole city to do it. The night of the fire. Tessa burst into Mara's office. The evidence locker. Someone broke in. Mara bolted upright. Rourke's files? All gone, and the security camera was turned off. "Halden," Mara growled. "He's trying to erase the last pieces." Jaden arrived breathless. "Check this out." He handed them a photo. Halden meeting a known fixer behind City Hall. Tessa frowned. "If he destroys enough evidence, the case collapses." Mara grabbed her coat. "Then we don't give him the chance." The sting. They set a trap. A fake backup drive placed in the Legal Aid Center, a believable rumor released to social media, additional proof of police corruption hidden downtown, and they waited. At midnight, a black SUV pulled up. Councilman Drake Halden stepped out wearing a mask and gloves. Jaden whispered, "He really thinks he's in a spy movie." Halden forced the door open and reached for the fake drive. Flash! The room lit up. Not with police, with reporters. Live. Cameras everywhere. Mara stepped out of the shadows. "Good evening, Councilman. Interesting outfit for a public servant." Halden froze. "This isn't what it looks like." "No," Mara said. "It's exactly what it looks like." He tried to run. He ran directly into a filing cabinet. Live. On camera. It was magnificent. The final arrest. IA stormed in. Halden was handcuffed. Citizens outside cheered. A reporter asked, "Do you have anything to say?" Halden hissed, "This city will fall without me." Jaden replied, "Funny, it's doing great already." Halden was shoved into the squad car, furious. The aftermath. 3 months later. Captain Rourke, 22-year sentence. Torres, 15 years plus mandatory ethics training, the irony. Knox, 12 years. Halden, 30 years for racketeering, corruption, and obstruction. Precinct 19 was dissolved. A new oversight board formed, run by actual community members. Mara became head of internal affairs. Jaden got all his tickets dismissed and became a local hero. Tessa received an award for outstanding contribution to justice. Greystone City finally slept peacefully.
Thanks for listening and watching our stories. If you enjoyed the video, hit like, smash that subscribe button, and ring the bell so you never miss a drop.